They just do what they always do.
Why is he putting Leo Komarov on the first line? Like,
welcome to the Rock.
Hi guys, Anthony here from All Things Rangers Podcast. I'm here to talk about Game 1 last night between the Islanders and the Bruins. But first, before I start breaking down the game, I just wanted to say how awesome it was to see a full packed TD Garden. Indoor venue, especially 100% capacity. That was awesome to see. Made things really feel normal again, and you felt it. And it just makes me look so much forward to Game 3 on the island with their increased capacity of 12,000. It's going to be insane there. But it was great to see. Game itself, obviously, you guys know the Islanders lost 5-2. David Pastrnak had a hat trick, and really that perfection line was the story. It didn't start off that way. The Islanders got the early lead off an Anthony Beuvillier power play goal. He continues to be a force for them and produce. And then, unfortunately for the Islanders, the Bruins tied the game on a power play goal by Pastrnak with about 30 seconds left or so off an Andy Green penalty. And for me, that was the turning point of the game. Green didn't have to take that penalty. I get that you want to play hard on Pastrnak and Marchand, send them a message, but his rough on Pastrnak came up with a glove a little bit, got him up high. And I said that was the turning point of the game, in my opinion. It doesn't happen. The Islanders take a 1-0 lead into the locker room. Who knows how things would have transpired differently. But nonetheless, the Bruins capitalized on the power play, and it was 1-1 going into the second. In the second, the Bruins continued to carry the play, out shooting the Islanders at a 2-1 margin. And again, Pastrnak scored and made it 2-1. And for the Islanders, they really need to key in on this line to have success in this playoff series. I think at one point they said the perfection line had accounted for 19 shots alone, just themselves. So that can't happen. The Islanders have to have a better effort in Game 2 against them. But after that, Adam Pelech tied the game with a nice clapper from the point. And the Islanders 2-2 going into the third. And you know what? For the Islanders, the road team, that was a perfect situation for them. Tie game going into the third. These are the type of games they thrive in, those close games. They're very capable of winning those one-goal games. Barry Trotz always says that his team's comfortable and things get uncomfortable, and that's true. So it was a good spot for them to be in. But unfortunately, the Bruins carried the play in the third period. Again, the perfection line was just too much for the Islanders last night. On the plus side, they did shut down Taylor Hall's line. They didn't really generate much. So kudos to Letty and Mayfield, and occasionally Pelech and Pullock saw that line, so they did a good job. But the perfection line, they need to be harder on. Because in the third period, like I said, Pastrnak completed the hat trick. Charlie McAvoy scored the game-winning goal in the third, and from there it was really all over. But Taylor Hall added an empty net goal. But the Islanders had one line going, essentially, the Beuvillier, Bailey, Nelson line. That's been their best line so far these entire playoffs. They were the only line that got some sustained offensive zone pressure. Pager's line with Palmieri, they were okay. The Artemi line was okay. And the Barzal line, once again, I thought underperformed. But overall, the Islanders can't let Boston generate that much chances and shot attempts. The Bruins finished with 40 shots on goal. So the Islanders are going to have to limit their chances a little bit. And the Islanders are going to have to, put a little more pressure on the Bruins D, make them really turn around to go get pucks and make their lives hard, because Boston was transitioning out of their zone a little too easily for my liking. So the Islanders need to shore that up. But, now Game 2 tomorrow night. And it's going to be interesting to see what Trotz does, because, Sorokin wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. I don't really think any of those goals were on him. But it kind of would give Trotz the rationale now to switch it up to Varlarmov if he wanted to. Varlarmov, as you guys know, was the Vezina caliber player for the Islanders this past season. And his numbers against the Bruins this past season were really good. Shut them out once and beat them a bunch of times. So,
Like the video? Of course you did. So why not check out some more of our content? You can check the playlist right here or right here.
Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.